but not the kind of aboutness taken in the distance of a teacher, an academic, rather from inside the workshop of poetry. My workshop, of course, a place I could dare try to name in French through a direct transposition by sound of poetry, by poéterie. Suddenly it occurs to me this, 2 days ago, poéterie in French, ma poéterie. Not far from pottery, poéterie, pottery. Poetry in progress now. In other terms, a few poetic propositions for poetics today, pretending, of course, to interest some other people, but in my manner. The overwhelming difficulty for me in this matter, as you observe it, and I don't believe that I can overcome this obstacle, is I tried this morning to resume anew for tonight these propositions, and in English for your audience, what was in fact almost impossible for me since I don't think nor speak in English. My use of English language as a speaker could be characterized by the terms with which Thomas Hobbes, at the very beginning of the Leviathan, describes human life: nasty, British, short, solitary, and so on. Donc, I start by a sort of small reading of translation, of course, and it is for the first time I read a poem of mine in English, because it's devastating for the poem. The translator is the very well-known and great American poet Clayton Eshelman, who recently published a splendid book about the caves. He's specialist of the cave, the French cave, the Spanish cave, les grottes. And his myth refers to the Neolithic period, the invention of humanity. And Jennifer Fuse is the title. So, and I have also a preface here. You could find 2 or 3 pages written by Kenneth Scott, my friend in Manhattan, hélas, died 2 years ago. These are rather old, I don't know exactly what old is meaning, but today poems written 15 or 20 years ago. And a new one, I have the pleasure to announce, that Gisant, which is in fact not translatable. I think the French word is in use for these bodies, marble bodies of des époux, the noble person in what you find in the churches, les gisants, now to appear at Wesleyan next month, in fact. Dommage, il n'est pas là. Donc, I start with this effort of reading these poems in the translation by Clayton Eshelman. For instance, out of Whittier. When the wind sacks the village, twisting the cries, the bird engulfs itself in the sun, all is ruin, and ruin a spiritual contour. You will be astonished to hear the freedom of Paul, Corinthians 2:11, 1933, 12:1-9. One's hearing, brought up since birth on rhythm, hears this name in which I silently believe the iron rises and falls in the house. Ngao, southwest, where the mistresses sleep, among grain which is hatched by the grain, Luther and the Dhakara bards fall into agreement on cuisine. The man in an old Sunday surpassed extols a crusade as a manhunt which the Ren-Raspail intersection jams. Some of you have the pages distributed in there. This is a poem I wrote flying back from South America after a strange travel with artist friends in Tierra del Fuego in South Argentine, and it's a sort of a small odyssey à l'envers. Of course, the title is Prose. Prose. I miss you, but now, no more than those whom I do not know. I invent them, riddling with your faces the earth once rich in worlds, when each king guided an island by dead reckoning its wealth, bird, ash, manganese, and salamander, and castaways federated the shores. Now I miss you, but like those whom I do not know, whose impatience I imagine with your face, I have flung your keys to reveries, I have dealt with you over my shoulder. There are vestals who escort back to the Pacific. Its water steams. The faithful have already departed. The ocean drools like a Mongol to his bed pillows. Balled up carrion and skins in the salt trough, an elephant, blasphemous Poseidon. I do not miss you more than those whom I do not know now. Orphic you have become, I have flung your dismembered absence into several veils. You've turned me into a guest I know or I invent. I remember having discussion with Clayton because of the abbreviation, because I like to write whom I do not know, but insist for writing I don't know. Or here, he kept the I don't miss you, but I think it's better I do not miss you in this case, of course. Or you've become, you have become. Well, that's a discussion for translation. This next one is the first page. I say few words because it, of course, all poem, every poem being of circumstance, one is easier for a reader to take knowledge of the circumstance in which the poem was started and was written. So, the poem is entitled in French, Qui, quoi, who, what. It is the first page of a book, Tombeau de Dubellay. Tombeau de Dubellay. So, it's an addressee to the addressee. It's a poem about the tu, the tutoiement, the you, tu, who, what. And the equivocity or multivocity of the you, who, what. For a long time you have not existed, face occasionally celebrated and sufficient. How I love you I do not know, for a long time I have been loving you indifferently. I love you to hate, through an omission, through a murmur, through cowardice, obstinately against all likelihood. I love you in losing you in order to lose this me who refuses to be one of us, carried away from the stern, this jig-sawed balcony over the salt. Ex who, dragged by the back between surface and depths. Now what punished mouse, heart surveying the orbit, a question for all, wearing the third thin in vain.